sharing the wrong screen, so let's start with that and begin as we need to go on. Screen 3. I'm in Windows 11 now, so it's all slightly different. Oh, that's white. How do I do this on? It's so easy on Windows 10, and Windows 11 has just made my life more than a little bit tricky. How do I do it? Extend. Here we go. Duplicate desktop on 1 and 3. Oh, yeah, but not at that resolution. How's that looking? Is that looking good? Dora, what do you think? She's imperiously looking out. I actually managed to buy her a toy that she liked, which was surprising. But what didn't I set up on my stream? I didn't set up what I was streaming. Or did I? Content type, gaming. Well, yes. I know I am doing FortressCraft. Awesome. Awesome. So it has been a while since I streamed. Stuff has happened in the meantime. You'll notice there's a lot less pink. But as ever, what I'll be doing is, shh, don't look at the pink. Don't look at the pink. That was just what I was fixing here, which is just assigning the render pipeline, so I get an error every time I start it up. Just wanted to fix that. Let's make sure I'm in the live stream chat. Awesome. And I won't do that, everyone. It's way too early. I will. And that. And hopefully the audio is okay. I am now using the NVIDIA broadcast system, which wasn't too hard to set up, and hopefully won't be too hard to revert back when I need to use my computer normally. But we'll see. So I'm no longer using Voice Meter Banana, not for any particular reason other than I have installed it. But that would let me output the microphone to 2 places. So right now I can't chat with anyone on Discord and make a copy. My microphone is going to the capture rig. So yes, it's all a pain in the bum. Oh, how is it? I swore I assigned all these render pipelines. Oh, okay. But good morning, the gamer dude abides. Something's like, oh, right, because my second monitor is on this side of the computer. Let's do that. Okay, now let's put. Oh my word! There we go. I forgot what I was trying to do with my second monitor now. Oh, yes, I remember what I was going to do. I'm going to save that because that was a slight pain in the arse doing that. So let's fix. I don't know where it saves our project settings. But as ever, I don't have a fixed plan. I don't have anything I really need to get. Now I can't get to my other computer. DJX PC. Oh, I've got to come up. Ugh. I can no longer get up to my computer. I have to go up there. What a pain. I'm sorry, Gavin. You didn't see anything interesting anyway, and I'm just struggling with the. I'm running 5 monitors across 3 computers, and sometimes I get it wrong. You mean you want to see something other than the cat? Well, fine. I'll let Dora know. Button is it? Shift, Alt, Alt. I don't know. People complain when I don't show them the cat. They complain when all they can see is the cat. You're just never happy. No, I meant to. I said nothing is exciting or happy. I said we're still a long way in this process from being at an exciting point. This is still very much making it work. One of the things I want to always do with these dev streams, mostly for people watching it back. I realise it's early in the morning on a Friday, but it is just to show people. I'll describe it without making it sound terrible. Just to show people that game dev is not exciting or interesting or thrilling. It's about an awful lot of diligent work that you need to do for many, many, many hours. My voice sounds like I'm inside a tin can. Oh, no, don't say that. The problem is, I can't. Hold on. There might be one thing I can do. If I go to. I went over the microphone and I was like, oh, that sounds great. But the broadcast mic is coming out to the sound card. Oh man, I can't listen to this back. That's the worst thing. I have no way of listening in real time to my own voice, which is that'd be probably a good thing. Oh, I can listen to the stream. Ugh. Or can I? Now, where's that about to output the audio to? If I tell it to come out through. Now, can you still hear me? Yes. Okay. I now listen to the last bit of the stream. Hello, testing, waiting for the lag, waiting for the lag. Hello, testing, waiting for the lag. I don't know if that sounds any different, but that sounds pretty much what my voice sounds like. So let me know how that goes. Yeah, how do I sound? I did change a thing. Let me turn that on so I don't. But yeah, I have thought about getting a little mixer. So and then going from the digital domain to the analog domain, and then mixing down there, and then pushing on because it's such a pain in the ass. It really is. So I don't want to, besmirch a wee bit soft. Yeah, so I can't actually go any louder. I did that did strike me here. Uh, I'm quite surprised because I'm using NVIDIA's fancy pants broadcast system, and they didn't seem that your effects on noise removal and that's it. Like, why is there not a make it louder option? So yeah, that surprised me a little bit. Just the distinct lack of being able to do anything. But can I do anything on? I mean, you say I'm a bit soft. I mean, there's no other sound, so compared to what? But again, why on earth is there not just a compression? Oh well, if I do that, and I can hear myself. Um, hello. I stick my face in the microphone. Well, it works. Well, yeah, but only because I stuck my face in it. It's not practical. Um, yeah, I don't. So again, I don't know why they don't have compression running on the mic. It just confuses me that this is not a default. This is not the default. You know, you want me to make my voice sound good? Run vocal compression on that. But unfortunately, I don't. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. That's not because I'm using. No, my brain hurts. Yeah, because I'm sending my audio out through my sound card using the listen to this device option. I don't get to set the volumes of that. Yeah, again, why there isn't just a boost or a compress is just very confusing. But as long as I sound my usual nasal self, Dora seems happy showing her bum to the camera. She does like her new window seat. She does like that. I was just about to say, I'm saying window Unity is not fit for purpose, but what is this? Come on, Unity. This is not my stuff. The way of the future should be a button, but when Microsoft, when Nvidia weren't doing the Nvidia broadcast thing, I genuinely don't understand why they didn't add that AI powered voice compression. Would make it sound so much better. So as I said, no plans for the day, no specific things. Just want to remind you guys I'm still alive. Get some more footage up. People are like, oh, is the project on hold? It's like it's not. I've been working on stuff. It's just not been exciting. So I will try and do some slightly more exciting things today. So I'll try and focus on the fun. But I have been struggling with the what's it? Tutorial force field. Oh, Unity's locked up. Oh, there's more pink. So yeah, I've been sort of just smashing the pink out the way. Oh, and again, the moment I upgraded to the latest Unity, I got to see a lot of these dialogues. Now, as I've mentioned to you guys, I've upgraded my computer. There is not many faster computers I can get. This is it for the minute. I can't upgrade. Nothing there. Where's my default? There it is. Resource monitor. Now, bear in mind, all I did is in Unity is I clicked on something. That's all I've done. But Unity is awful at using threads. Like the Unity editor is just awful. So it's sat there waiting for application.tick global callbacks. A gamer dude abides. I hope my voice sounds better. I clicked a couple of boxes and hopefully that's solved it. Am I going to have to kill Unity? How am I supposed to write games in this? Also, you notice that my my CPUs are. Oh no, they don't anything. Like most of my CPUs are parked here. Guess I'm gonna need to kill Unity. This is why we save constantly. Not a good start for the day. Also, why the hell is the Unity hub using up 4.2 gigabytes? In fact, I'm gonna possibly tweet about that because that's bizarre. Twitter. But the state of modern development just makes me sad. So the Unity hub is using 4.2 gigs. Should we have a look at the Unity hub? Because I know why this is ridiculous. My PC just locked up. Oh my god. Right. And sound again. Okay, solution was to unplug my capture card and plug it back in again. Great. So as I was saying, Unity used up 4 gigabytes of RAM for this project here. So yeah, don't know what that was about, but I'm back, and thankfully because I run on multiple computers, the stream stayed up. Oh. I'm out of curiosity, can you hear my keyboard? I'm hoping you can't. So what I did last time though is I just clicked on something to try and look at something to show you something that was going wrong, and then my PC just locked up, and then it all went wrong again. All right, is it going to do it again? No. So yeah, I was struggling to get this material to not play. Not that one. Uh, uh, so I developed a new. I think it's MBCPH force field. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So now you begin to see the issues I was having. So I want this to be just transparent. So I don't want it to actually render. So that's if it just renders. And then if I make it start to distort, it just does that. I don't know why. I turn the scene exposure up. So the scene exposure is blown out beyond. There we go. So I now push this all the way to it's purely distorted. It does work, like the distortion part works. It says in theory. Call mode. Or it worked. Okay. It's got to see it beginning to work. Yeah, I'm trying to get a distortion effect. If I start to reduce it, you can begin. It's just not quite working. And it's one of those I need to rewrite a lot of the shaders from the old FortressCraft, the new FortressCraft. It takes so much time. And then to make that work, I've had to reduce the scene exposure to something. So the scene exposure shows how bright I want the scene. So I make the world dark. This is where Unity's realistic rendering just begins to annoy me. The it's all getting darker, which is fine. This is what I expect because I'm increasing the exposure, so things will get darker. Fine. But what's that? What's going on there? Why, when I make it bright, does it go? So I'm wondering if that's some sort of negative thing. It shouldn't be. I mean, I'm not clamping it. Maybe I should. I mean, I shouldn't have to. Sample. Right. So if I just clamp. Oh, it's yeah. So here's a fun thing for you. In shaders, you don't call it clamp, you call it saturate because I don't know why. No idea why you call it saturate. Did that make Oh wait, I'm clamping it to zero. What? Okay, that might not work. But yeah, I don't know why as I go up here, why this starts to look so. So I've clamped it to 1. It can't go into crazy values, but I don't understand as I turn the exposure up why there. I mean, there was a sweet spot, but you can see it. I think I've just worked out what it is. It's taking the last frame, I think. Where did I grab post? Particle vertex. Wait, what? What's the right modifies? Oh, it's inside there, right? Okay. So this is the other thing. This is about abstracting stuff. Unity in no way makes it clear that that is a subclass, a subgraph. You just can't tell, which is awful. But that's just awful. It's something I say a lot about Unity. I think that take the screen position. Yes, it's grabbing the scene color. Now, if it's grabbing the scene color from the previous frame, so what it's doing, I have worked out. I don't know how to fix it. I might just one of those. I might just now I've worked out what's wrong. Pop it in my brain. Come back to it. So every frame we're rendering each pixel on the screen. And the idea is that you render all the pixels that aren't transparent and then you take those pixels for the last frame. But when we're here, we are taking the last frame's pixels and using them. So if it's slightly brighter, it means eventually it's just going to end up as 1. That does make sense. I understand what it's doing now, although it does appear to have just broken itself entirely. Oh no, hey, hold on. Has that fixed it? Because I went into this subgraph and it said, oh, this subgraph needs updating, even though I believe this is a Unity subgraph. I can find that because this wasn't written by me. These were written by Unity. Oh, the course of true love never ran smooth. Yeah, that's working perfectly. All I had to do was go into the subgraph and go, oi. Well, I say perfectly. That's not how. So we can do something. That's not how normal maps are supposed to work. Because we take the this takes a strength parameter. It samples the normal map. Does it sample it correctly? So, so when I go into a subgraph Unity and scroll, you're not supposed to scroll the one it came from. That doesn't make any sense. So, so we're passing in that, and then we're scaling it up. So The thing is, this normal map is pretty much flat. So a flat normal map scaled up should still be flat. But what's actually happening is that we've got a bit of inaccuracy. Let me try a. Let me put lots of tiling on just to help me. And let's also just go to almost pure distortion. So I turn it off. You see, it doesn't do anything. And as I move it away, you can see it doing that. I just see it doing it there. But if I'm not, I just need a different normal map. But I like that normal map. So I pick a noise map of some sort. I say AK noise map, which I do know. Okay, there's not. Bear in mind, it's not that I'm obsessed with the force fields things. Oh man. That wasn't what I was expecting to see. What I am going to do though is divide that number down because it's so sensitive. Oh, I can set a range, can't I? Distortion. No, I can't. Mode. Slider. 0 and 5. Right, that's best. That's now a slider. I've got a bit more accuracy in it. That's kind of what I want. I don't want anything that's sort of too mad. I see even that, let's return that from 0 to 1. And I get more accuracy. That's probably about as much because by that point, this is not much use. Let's make it a range of 0.2. Oops, distortion strength maximum. If you're watching the new IQ, but he's not. So I upgraded to the new software. So I've got my fan set, my RGB set up. If I go to dashboard, it just doesn't work. If I go to murals, it doesn't work either because murals override everything. So on the dashboard, I used to have a whole bunch of things, but it's gone, and I can't put them back. Like I don't know how to get things on the dashboard. I've got them on the sensor list, but it used to be that I could just say put them on the dashboard. And the murals as well, because the murals absolutely overrides everything. So yeah, I was. Oh, my fans don't appear to be here anymore either. I'm waiting for them to update IQ. I assume that was just a. I've just realised IQ, as in IQ. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. This dialogue doesn't do anything. Like it just does nothing, and you're supposed to also integrate with other things, and that doesn't work either. Oh yeah. So the fans are controlled by that. Like it's super clever. Like I can change the color of each blade of the fan in my RGB setup. I mean, I can't be bothered. Mine just changes color as the computer gets hotter or colder. Right now, it's a kind of a green color. And my RAM is supposed to be. Oh, in fact, see this is what I mean. This is what I mean about all of this software being crap, right? All I've done is I've just gone into there and had a look at it, Right, now it's color cycling. Why color cycle? And yeah, I can set each LED, but I don't want you to color cycle. Now I have no lighting layers. I don't want it to color cycle. I want it to be based on the color of my computer. So this is lighting setup. No, pump. No. Where's the? Oh, when it's under hardware mode, then it should be based on temperature. Right. Okay. And no, now all my case is all cycling around. The idea is that my if I glance at my computer, I can see my computer's running hot or cold. But this does support other integrations because I also have is it an Asus one? No, it's not Asus. Why does the Windows search not work? Is it Asus? I can't remember my motherboard. Not it's Asus ROG. No, it's not Asus ROG. It's I can't remember who made my computer. I can't see. It's an Aero Asus. I'm sure it was Asus. I really hate Windows 10 because you go Asus and go, do you want to go to the Asus website? Like, no, never, ever, ever do I ever want to go to that. But I have got a separate app for, how is it just called App Center? Gigabyte App Center, which then lets me control the RGB on the motherboard, which should, in theory, connect up to the integration here, but hasn't turned up today. But this is decided to start controlling the color of the RAM. So this is what I mean about all being awful. So that my RAM's colors is being controlled by this, but I don't want it to. And then I've got a beautiful RGB motherboard cable that I can't persuade to be controlled by things. But yeah, sync mode, there you go. Sync mode should mean you are being controlled by this, which hasn't turned up. Basically, they're all awful. All of them. And yeah, right now it's just doing stupid color cycling things. Actually, I think the fans have stopped spinning. Anyway, I won't look at it too much because it makes me very angry how bad it is. That's still too much distortion. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of what I wanted. But I did, to be fair, I did really want the hex, but I may have to make a noisy hex. I've also gone to using paint.net, which seems to be okay. I'm not brilliantly happy with it, but basically, I've now had 10 years of hating GIMP, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hate something else. Paint.net, it's all right. Its biggest problem is if you copy and paste a transparent area and then paste it over something, it doesn't paste in a transparent way, which does seem a very weird way of doing it. Yeah, it's me. No, it's more just about the when I type start and I go Asus. I don't want to search all starting with Austin Butler, Australia time Auschwitz. What? Like what? That's what I want is but it's gigabytes. If I search gigabyte, it's not bringing back anything. It's just awful. But then it tells me that I've got 9,700 Microsoft rewards. I kind of feel that the longer that Windows goes towards being where's Doragon? What are you doing down there? Traitor. Get back in your perch. Basically, the longer that the more Windows tries to be a home operating system, the worse it gets for professional users. Like these days, I hand on heart, I reckon the vast majority of people, like 95% of people at home, they've just got Chrome. In the old days, you'd have 50 programs or 100 programs with all things you wanted, and now, well, they're all in Chrome. You just do everything in a web browser. So it's different. I mean, I've even used some online art packages, which I'm going, these are pretty good. I've no idea where Dora's gone. I'm sure she'll be back. But yeah, so I'm using paint.net, which I don't hate as much as I hate GIMP. I would struggle to say it's good. Like, where's Airbrush? So things like, so I run at 1440p. Now people run at 4K. That's obviously higher. Some people run at 8K. And people have already started to say, you haven't changed this in a long time. So this dialog box here has got very, very, very small. And they're like, just change your app scaling. It's like, no, I only want to change this and that. I don't want this bit to be bigger. This bit's fine. Now, one of these should be pencil, close up, cut picker. Is it paintbrush? What I'll do is I'll take the 8K noise texture. Is that awesome? But I say fell in love. I fell in love a little bit with paint.net because if you do this, it goes, oh, do you want to open it or add it as a layer? Because 9 times out of 10, what I want to do is add it as a layer. That's nearly always my default desire on something. Can I actually drag it in above that layer? What? Although I don't really want you to expand. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do then. I will scale this image up to the same, 8192 by 8192. I don't have to worry so much about big textures anymore because current versions of Unity let you string textures in. So it's really not as important. Though yeah, it's not perfect. Like that slider there. No, it's a bit slow. I just want a little bit of something like that. But pretty good. Paint on. It's even quite heavily multi-threaded. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm less happy with it than I am with the other things. I hate GIMP. What was it? Someone said, I don't know what they said now. It was like a list of alternatives to art packages, and it was something like, GIMP is only an alternative to Photoshop if you consider eating actual human poop to be an alternative to food. Sort of, but at the same time, you know. Okay, so now if I go back to that, which I might not be using. This is more to get the this effect sorted. Because what's going on? Unity is not jumping me to that. Yet. Thank you. There we go. That will do. That will make me a bit happier overall. And it's currently, so I can do other things with it later on. But I'm I just break it. No. But yeah, so I can have it as a pure effect, or I can make it also apply a bit of tint. It doesn't look much like a force field now. And it also has the issue that it doesn't really work on post-process. So I kind of want to say after post-process, but that doesn't seem to do what I think it should do. Because I feel that should be distorting the bloom, but apparently not. So that makes a surprisingly small difference. But for the moment, I will just stick with that because it mostly looks all right, apart from the fact it's not affecting bloom. Now, as I said, I have spent a lot of time getting rid of the pink, but we are still full of the pink, which is, as I said, I've mentioned many times, this is going to be a task that will take me months and months and months. This is not something that's going to happen quickly. Don't know how long I'm swimming for today. But this is what annoys you. Convert selected materials. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Promptly does absolutely nothing. Let's turn on all. Let's turn off that message. That bad message. All right. But this is, we're now in what, February? This is Unity 2023. I don't think, I should check in the hub, but I don't think they've released it 2023 yet. This is still a preview build. So one of the things I didn't want to do was to, yes, we still don't have an official release of 2023, even though we are, 8% through the year. I'm on a pre-release build, an alpha pre-release build, no less. But yeah, I've chatted about this with my artist. I kind of feel that I would like a game focused art package. There isn't one. I'd like one. There just isn't one. And that is a bit of a shame because it wouldn't be that hard. The problem with it, I don't think there'd be much of a market for it. Hey, look, it wasn't hard. So, yeah, I'll probably get rid of that because I don't think we're going to have Skyland back. But that is also magma. It's used elsewhere, that texture. But I have been doing an awful lot of just fixing things, removing things, deleting things, tidying things up. What's this? Well, I know what that bit is. But I don't understand why Unity is entirely incapable of updating these. Those who've been playing Astro Trucks, you should probably notice that mesh and texture. Oh yeah, so when I turn off lighting, all shaders that aren't working get made invisible. Like, who is making these decisions? This is the worst thing. So I need to navigate my broken scene with lighting on. Ah, dear. I don't really know what this is, you know. Oh, it's a it's a distortion. I want to use particle unlit distortion. Okay, and full. There we go. See, that's not bad, is it? It's wait, why is it darker? Blending mode, additive. There we go. Oh, it's lighter. Oh, is it because I've got? I can't see it when I'm running the effects. That's fine. It's not. So it's not doing quite what I want it to. Oh, now it is. I put it there. So I was noticing when I'm twiddling with the distortion, it's distorting some stuff, certainly, but not this background. I don't know why. Because but distortion should come. Hmm. But if I do it after post process, that is more doing what I expected to do. Although if I turn distortion to 0, it only works when it's full screen. Something's definitely broken there. So when I put the distortion strength to 0, it should do nothing. I shouldn't see anything. It should be pretty much the pixel copied through. Again, in the background, uh, try this. But I think what happens is when it explodes, it actually does that, like very quickly. But I guess I'll keep that up there. Keep it like that. Do we have a light in here? I think we do. We have a point light, just called point light. Great name, Adam. Oh, now I've got some. Oh, some more pink. But this is my sort of general goal: is to fix pink. Instantly at the end of the stream today, to encourage you to stay around, I shall be doing Dora's claws. Definitely real time. So what's this pink thing? Oh, it's particles. Okay. Okay, they stop now. Good. And some of them are working. Oh, unity, unity, unity. Right, stop. Stop the particles. Let's fix the light first. What's I've got an M control light. Okay, that's fine. That's something else. So I think what happens is it just spawns. The port light is on, although it's way too small and dim. That's a bit more like it. I am seeing the. I don't want to see these transparent edges. It's quite important that I don't. And now it's not distorting the background. I wonder if this is a render order thing. Saying yes. It is distorting it, just not very much. In my heart, I hope that over the next years, that Unity settles down and things start to work. They just seem to be still doing this mad dash towards fixing stuff, and stuff just ends up broken during their sort of mad sprints to keep up with Unreal. Although, instead of having delved into the Unreal ecosystem a little bit, I can assure you it is equally broken, to the point where there are memes about. Is that me? Yeah. There are memes about like Unity stuff's bad, but there's no memes about Unity build time, and it's just horrible how broken Unreal's approach to shader compilation is. And yeah, having used Unreal for just a brief period of time, it's like what the hell. Whereas in uh, Unity, it compiles shaders as needed, which is fine. But what they should both do is compile shaders constantly as needed, and not make you wait. Just render it in pink, or well, in Unity it renders it in cyan. So if I fundamentally change something about the shader, I can't see it, but it will show a cyan version of the shader very briefly. Is that light there? Okay, so that light is. Well, there's another light too. That's probably the beep 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 light. But we'll come to that one. All this does is fade the light out at a rate. Is that going to work? Oh, that fades the range. Jaha, cheaty. Yes, nice. I probably want this one to cast a shadow, given what it is. Again, where's my volumetrics? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the. Again, I hope that's coming out on the stream. I still may need to have a huge pass over lighting later on because I want that shader look. But the thing is, if I put this, I think like scenic is something like 11 normally is where I will have to be. But what I want is I want to be able to drag this number bigger. I don't know why it's 16. Why not let me drag it up as high as I like? I want it to be 1,000. But if I turn my scene exposure down, you turn down all the way, you see what happens is you can see the sun. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that looks obviously I'm taking that a bit low. Yeah, that looks cool. I love me some volumetrics. I do. And if it was, if they put volumetrics into built-in or URP, I would probably end up using those. Yes, if I take these objects and I spin them. Although weirdly enough, lovely, makes it all worthwhile. See, that one works. There's the charging effect. I mean, I'll probably revisit a lot of these as well. Like things that I'm just not that happy with in the game, or things I want to really, really improve. But for the moment, so this is what annoys me. So I'll try again. I do keep trying. This is a legacy shader. This isn't a special shader. This is a bog standard Unity shader. Edit rendering materials. Upgrade H materials. That's not what I meant to click on. Clicking that, by the way, might have fixed my distortion issues. I think this might re-import all the sub shaders. Although why there's a button to click on as opposed to it doing it when it needs to is beyond me. Oh, you can't do this. Dialog box is supposed to go even not get to the end and go, hold on. Dora is still. She knows. I swear she knows the camera's on. So, Bomb Diffuse. It is a legacy shader. It is a bog standard generic Unity shader. Materials, convert selected, built-in materials. It's like, are you sure? Yes, I am. And it goes, nah. Thanks, Unity. The worst thing about streaming, though, is that I can't use multiple monitors, or you guys wouldn't see things. I do most of my work on the other monitor. There we go. That's so weird that. Oh, it's because I'm not doing post-process. Turn that off, but just... That's all right. I think that's mostly done, apart from that one's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Which is the broken one? Come on, Unity. Give me the broken one. Well, you did it a minute ago when I didn't want you to, and now I want you to. It's like, nah, everything's fine. Is that because I just upgraded everything? Yeah, there's the... Well, okay. Awesome. Save that. Commit. Always commit. Always commit. Do I need to commit? The answer is yes. Yes, you do. You need to commit. Because once it's committed, it's fine. It's safe. It's in the cloud. If my computer blows up, that means my computer has to blow up and the one in the cloud has to blow up. You know, which is a possibility, but it's unlikely. But then I will make a copy of this onto my other computers. Then it's stored in 3 places, and it would have to be a very terrible state of affairs in order to break 3 computers at once. I've lost work before. I never want to lose work ever again. Well, a bit faster. Can you hear my keyboard, by the way, or is NVIDIA Broadcast fixing that for us? I'm hoping. So far, I've been AI stuff is fantastic. It really is. Whether or not it puts me out of a job in 5 years, I don't know. But AI noise reduction, AI text generation, AI upscaling, they've all been amazing. And as me, my question was, can you hear my keyboard? I think that actually reminds me, I should make a note. I'm doing a talk on AI, and I was like, oh, I've just realised I haven't even mentioned upscaling. I believe upscaling is GAN. I use a Topaz Gigapixel AI upscaler, which is so good, and I've been using it for all my textures. Let's make sure those textures are streamed in though, because that noisy normal is 0 bytes. Unity. It's not, is it? It's not 0 bytes, is it, Unity? Come on. Wow, it's Oh my word, are you joking? Is that broken? Well, all my textures now take up exactly 0 bytes. So that's optimal. I'm going to restart Unity because that's actually quite bad. So, yeah, I will fully admit that not my enthusiasm for FortressCraft hasn't diminished, but my enthusiasm for using Unity is getting smaller as I am struggling to achieve simple things. And it's not me; I haven't done anything wrong here. But I say with Astro Trucks, I just took a break on Astro Trucks because they broke the build process so unbelievably hard. Whereas that's why I ship Mothership forever because wait, what? I fixed that. Thank you, Speedbreaker. I'm glad you're enjoying what you see. There's the cyan by the way. That's Unity compiling shaders. I don't know why. Nothing's changed. But this is what I mean about yeah. So when you run Unity, it pops up just making sure everything is okie dokie. Cool. So guys, there's no HDMI asset. Right, fix. New. I wish to load one. There you go, that one. Now, if I restart Unity, has it fixed that? Because I fixed that by hand earlier. So yeah, it's just been thoroughly disheartening having to deal with Unity's current set of 3D implementation for stuff because oh, there you go. It has actually fixed it now. Awesome. Because I've been dealing with Unity for a very long time, and I would rather not change. But the current uh, state of Unity is pretty bad. It really is. But really, look at that. Oh yeah, we like that. Although, where's my distortion plane? Oh, it is working. It's just surprisingly subtle. But at the same time, oh, what on earth? It's not right. Turn off the light. Oh, if I turn off the light, does it turn off the distortion? See, this is what I mean. Why, when I turn off lighting past, do I not get the distortion? I said after post process. But it's not distorting. What is that? Let's turn off the. You're not going to let me click on it, Unity. Nope. Whatever that is, it ain't letting me click on it. If I turn off all of the background, there we go. So the warp effect is there, so it should be warping whatever the magma bore drill, and it's not. Well, why is it not distorting that? Because it was, and that's all like, nah. This is what I mean. I just sit here, just clicking on stuff in Unity to decides, yeah, that's fine. See, it's distorting some stuff, but it's not distorting most of that. And I was like, well, why not? And that said, it looks like I might need to scale that back up again because it seems to be distorting it by a lot less than last time. This is just reiterating what I said. I mean, I've lost my my passion for writing 3D games in Unity at the minute because I'm just tired of fighting it again and again and again just to get simple things to work. Whereas the 2D stuff's fine. Well, mostly, apart from I tried to do sorting that. Wasn't having any of it. Let's not. Wait. Right. Okay. So I accidentally made my headphones making noise. So yeah, it's almost as if whatever shader this is, which is unlit, is not distortable. I don't know. Let's just continue to fix pink. That's probably not a bad use of the day, regardless, because pink is bad. We hate peep. We hate peep. We hate hip. We hate pink. I might actually. Do I have a? Tell you what I might do is I might actually write a shader for this because. And at some point, I need to do a major rewrite of, like a major cull. Once I've replaced everything, once we have no pink, I would need to start to remove lots of things. So let's create a new shader graph, HDRP lit, and we'll call this animated creep. I do like writing shaders, that helps. But yeah, I wrote Mothership Forever in URP 2D. It was fine. No problems. I smashed through the whole game so quickly. It was wonderful for once. Right, so we have what we got. We've got the base in order. Okay, right. Illumination. We have the okay, so we're using, for some reason, the normal default was magma. I'm just going to copy what it was. I'm not going to worry about why I made apparently insane decisions. Just going to copy paste it. So I want this to look kind of like the old creep. And then this was organic 10. So this will just set up the defaults kind of like we had them before. And then this material, let's call this, what were these? Are hive mind, hive mind mat. Yes. And this is what I'll do is once I've done this one, I'll remove the old one. Go. That cyan means it's compiling the shader. That's fine. I have no problems with that. Take a couple of seconds, compile the shader, and compile the shaders as I need them. It's when it does what Unreal does, which is that, oh, I need to compile 100,000 shaders. I'll see you in a couple of hours. That, on the other hand, is not acceptable. Do need to sort these out as well because these are temporary materials. We do have better ones. I need to get Todd to do some. What's happened to this? We'll come back to that. That ain't the right texture. Does it assign the texture? I don't have an auto assign. Because in previous versions of Unity, I had to manage all my shaders and textures myself, and it was horrible. So thankfully, in wants us to use the black one or the wrong one. Thankfully, in new in Unity, I don't have to worry about it quite so much because it is I can stream textures in, and nearly all of the issues with this is streaming the textures. There we go. Use emission intensity. There's the emissive map. That's looking a bit more like it. What colour was the glow? It's been so long for some stuff, but it's quicker to look it up on the. Oh, did no one put a picture on the internet? Come on, people. I'm surprised no one has put a picture of it up, given how cool it is. Not a single picture on the internet. Wow. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I think it was orange. Yeah, it was orange, wasn't it? Because it was supposed to be a warm color. That's one of those stuff isn't random. I always have a reason for why I do stuff, and in this case, it was orangey. About that bright. Yeah, about that bright, and make it kind of orange. Yeah. Go. Make sure, as I said, everything is streamable. That will be a at some point. I have a script I wrote to make everything streamable. There we go. That's a nice orange. But yeah, it was supposed to be orange because it melts stuff, which makes sense. No, the color of the glow of the C5. I'm 99.9% sure it was supposed to be orange. But obviously, what I'm supposed to be doing is writing this shade, and I got distracted because. I think I enabled Steam Cloud saves for FortressCraft because they changed the rules on how how big it's allowed to be. So I can probably, and I think I did. I can't remember. I shall have to check. We never actually had a proper shader for this, a proper texture, which kind of surprises me. Oh, yeah, we did. Hmm. Not very good, but we do have one. Yeah, orange. Thank you. Okay, let's make it scroll speed. With all sorts of exciting noise. Not that one. So we multiply time by scroll speed, and that should give us a. Well, giving me something. Why is it so quick? I want to take the original UV and add the scroller to it. So we'll take the we'll take time, multiply it by that, add it to the original UV, and that should then give us a scrolling effect. There we go. And I'm just because if I just put that out in the emission, what do we get? Probably nothing useful. Perfect. I don't mean to change that at all. Just literally ship that exactly as it is. No, but you want a bit more work on that. Fine. I'm just so needy. Actually, a little bit surprised it looks like that, I have to say. It's kind of what I want, but mostly not. But if I remove the illumination, then it looks like that. But this texture blatantly has red and orange in it, and you have to wonder what's going on. I just make sure I haven't done anything really stupid, because it's always good to test your assumptions. Hive core. If I apply that material to, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Okay, I have made a derp somewhere along the lines. What have we done then? Base texture 2 is that. And I just said output to the, let's get rid of the, so essentials. Does it drop on the diffuse back correctly? No. Why does that look so completely different? I don't have my camera on right now, but this is my, what? Base. I don't understand. That shader's fine. That has that material on it. Oh yeah, hold on. Reset. Hey, I had it. And it's that one because I'm an idiot. There we go. Let's now hook up the normal maps again. Bent normal or normal? I wonder where Dora is. She's not in any of her usual spots. Possibly because I'm talking, possibly because I'm. I think it's mostly because I point the camera. However, I have to tick. Oh, right. Always refresh. Think about 2D, so you're not spending your entire time trying to fight the bright. That's kind of what I wanted, not exactly. I want it to look like a second layer on top. I think the first one was probably the best. And I can't use the cursor keys to go up and down, so I can't go through them all. I have to click and click and click and click and click and click. I can't remember what the default was. Dodge wasn't bad. The problem is I have to turn the lighting off to really see it because it's quite dark. There's no lights here. Yeah. Here's what happened. I put it on there because that might look into because this is going to change the behavior of the material rather than the color. I'll hook that up there. As I said, creativity is 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. So I know what I want. I'm just going to work out exactly what buttons in Unity I need to tick before it happens. That's changing the smoothness of it rather than anything else. It doesn't really. But I think it might be. I think my current behavior is okay. I just want to change the way that moves. The Divide actually looks. It's not bad. But Dodge, I thought you used Dodge before. A lot of these are all Photoshop names. I don't use Photoshop, so yeah, it's because there's no lights. It's ever so dark. I wonder if I. Oh, this is the cold creep spawner, not the hive mind. If I do that, and then I now put it facing the sun, something's casting a shadow on it, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, I could just move it down. There we go. Yeah, I forgot we've got sun, and I think it was just had that in the way of casting shadow on it. But yeah, I'm beginning. I need to, as time goes on, I've done most of the boring shaders. I need to start on the more interesting ones. Um, and once I've done this, I can use this particular shader in lots of places. But to make it more, how can I describe it? I need to then use that as the input into the system. So right now it's a bit obviously scrolling, and I actually want it to be more sort of morphing than scrolling. What I might do is create a noise. What I might do is do the same thing again. So literally all of that. So we've got a modulated, right. Yeah. No, wait, hold on. If I use that to modulate that, ooh, that's definitely different. It's not quite what I had in mind, but this is now a much more organic and interesting pattern as opposed to a very obviously repeating pattern. Although you notice, again, I don't know how big a monitor, what resolution is expected me to run at, but it's so difficult to get this stuff to be visible. Yes, if I were to do that, yeah, I'll just feed in time. That should now mean that the cells move around. I'll actually give a bit more of it. I'm still not quite sure on. I'm beginning to learn the preview nodes though. So that lets me just tidy this up a bit. I'm just curious if I just pass in the. Ah, that's not doing what I expected. That's a shame. Anything make it. Oh, right, that doesn't do. It's actually really interesting what it's doing. And it's not really why I had in mind, but it's definitely interesting. It's a bit. So I take that. See, that's the gradient noise, which is now having the UV. Like, I wonder if I just take that and feed that in there, instead of doing that, if I just multiply those two together. That's the great thing about the shader graph stuff is I can just see what it would be like. Oh, not expected. Maybe better. But that just sets the UVs, you see. But I want it to be animating back and forwards and moving. I don't want it to be sort of obviously scrolling. And it's still obviously scrolling. So negative, 1 minus, there we go. Very least, if they scroll in the other direction, that might help. Oh, well. Ah, yeah. So that should now go in. Yeah, I need to put this up later in the chain. I want one to go in the exact opposite direction of the other. So that should hook up there, and then is there a negate? Why is that under advanced? Why is it not going to the? I'm really confused. So I subtract that from 0. Huh? That makes it go that way. That makes it go that way. So why is that not just 1 minus the input? I don't really want to do all that again for. I can do. Now I can. Still bemused that negate is an advanced function. Now we go in that direction. Right, there we go. That's what I want. I want the 2 noise patterns to walk in other directions. That's giving. See, that doesn't. It's now not obviously moving one direction or the other. It kind of looks like light bits pushing their way in one direction past the darker bits. Quite what I wanted, but I'm going to just try something. Because I'm just, again, shader graph, it's so easy. It's worth trying. I'm just curious what happens if I add the result of that to the normals. Ugh, maybe. And if I don't, We just fiddle with the normals. Huh. Really? That is not what I expected at all. But that can't be right. Hold on, let's put a light near this. This just seems wrong. Put a bright green light so I can just see where the hell it is. This is what I mean. I've just made a light that is somewhat brighter than the sun, and it's like, yeah, nah. So I'm having to make this light incredibly bright in order to see it. You know, you don't know why. Yeah, there's not what I was expecting at all. I'm now messing with the normals rather than the actual texture. So I just remove the base map from it. That's just the normals. Well, it's obviously not, because those would be moving. It's actually, see, it looks quite good there, just not actually in the. But once this is done, this is a shader I will be able to use for lots of things. But it might be what it might be. On Unity, connect that. Why are you not letting me connect this up? Huh? This is a texture. Feed in the UV. I did with this. This is what I mean about Unity. It's just a nightmare because I want to connect that up to there, cool, and that up to there. Yeah, I suppose I put it there, and then put it here so that it crosses over. And not what I had in mind at all, but it's a thing. Kind of where I was going. I think I might just again. I can't spend too much time on everything. I have 5 years of work to convert. I need to get everything to a that'll do state, and then move on. What I am tempted to do is to make a version of this where I'm animating the. Again, you don't see these. I shouldn't worry too much about it. But I probably shouldn't have worried about that at all. But anyway, that's no longer pink. So much pink. Now that shader I've just used or written, I will need a similar one, which I'm probably not going to write right now, for other things. So like lasers through. Do I have a swirly? I do have one marked swirly. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Maybe this was a gradient. And I can't. I don't have a. Okay. Oh, animates. Wait, what? That animates to look up into there. Okay. Oh, yeah. That doesn't work because that one's direct. Ooh, and it seems to be screen space as well. Wait. Okay. Crack decal should not. Oh, they're not writing to. Well, Unity, you are telling me the lies. Now I can't. Oh, I've got snap screen on. That's obviously an effect that happens when you're writing to the Z buffer. Only I don't have that ticked. So why are you writing to the Z buffer? What's going on? I mean, I will be redoing this as. Oh, I see. There's two. Okay. Because these will be redone as actual decals later on, which is fine. But why are they Z fighting? They're only Z fighting because they're writing into the Z buffer. But I've got depth right unticked. What the hell? It was a transparent pass anyway. If I move these all down, they're still Z fighting there, even though none of them should be writing into the. This is what I mean. I don't want to solve issues about blimmin' Z writing horror. I just don't. I want to just get on with writing the game. I want all the game to be ported so I can get all the cool new stuff. Instead, what I've actually got is this horror of Unity apparently fighting me every single step of the way. It feels like Unity's fighting me. I'm sure it's not actually. Mm, delicious coffee. But yeah, I don't want to fight Unity. I want to get on with stuff. Unity's purpose was to be there to make my life easier. Um, that's the point. Put Unity here so I don't have to worry about this stuff. Um, right. So it's broken because I've ticked transparent depth pre-pass. When enabled, HRP renders a depth pre-pass of transparent game objects. This improves sorting. Well, I don't need that for these, so. So I will be using decals extensively, but we ain't there yet. Should we write a shader for these? I will be writing lots of shaders as time goes on because I need to replace all of the existing shaders for FortressCraft with new ones. We don't have anything suitable, I don't think. So this is called Swirly Smoke Dual Scroll. So I'll make a new one called that. HOP lit on that. So we've got scroll 1, we've got scroll 2, and then we've got we'll put scroll 1 text, I guess. Oh, I'm making it. And so I'm doing some lecturing notes, and one of those is on good code and naming conventions. One of them is if you can't work out what the function name should be, you probably don't know what the function's exact purpose is. Which is good bit of advice. And I've had for you going, oh, should this shader be called, animate onto the, and if you don't know, then you probably don't know what the shader is. You don't know what the side shader, you don't know what that function is supposed to be doing, and that's probably a bad thing. So you might then want to go, think more about this class. I mean, no normal maps needed, just a couple of scrolly textures. So we've got time, and we've got UV. Regardless, if you don't, when you're naming your function names must be meaningful. Like if I go out, oh, okay, I've got open, Phoenix, like is known, it's correct. Yeah, I've literally just grabbed anything. Literally, first function is known. That is a well-named function. It is a verb, so or a question. I don't think known is a verb, but a verb or a question, and that's good. Uh, Naming conventions are really important when you come back later on to go, what does this class do? Well, it says it's called, is known, but apparently right to the screen, right? You should be able to come back to your code in a year's time, in my case, sometimes 5 or 10 years' time, and go, it's understandable, it's readable. It's saving I should be writing these down. Saving a few seconds with your variable names will lead to hours later on of wondering what the variable or function was supposed to do when you wrote it 2 years ago. What two shaders are these using? Two textures. We are using Planet 41 and Noise Clouds. So Noise Clouds goes var, and Planet 41 goes do you want to take time? But I think the point more is that often people are too excited to write the function without stopping to think about what the function is. And I've done it long enough now, so I can just smash my way in and go, yeah, this is fine. But you want to think about that when you're writing your code initially, and when you're not quite as experienced as you will be towards the end of your career. And yeah, I play FortressCraft very much like I write code. So all of my builds are understandable and straightforwards, and there's no questions there. The term I use a lot is explicit versus implicit. So explicit is where you've got braces that aren't needed, but it means that you've got readable code because you've used braces, even though you didn't need to. If I can scroll, no, okay, well, I don't know. Oh, that should have been multiply. What have I done wrong? Well, let's start off with the basics. I'm past. Yeah, if I do that, we see the texture, right? If I pass in the UV, we still see the texture. Cool. If I pass in the, I did this 5 minutes ago. Damn it! I want to take the UV channel. I want to add that. Yes, why not multiply it? I'll take the UV and the modifier, and do that. Perfect. I just now group that. So I love shader graph. I do. This would have taken me. What I've just done here would have taken me so long to do in HLSL. Like not days, but it might have taken me hours and hours and hours to do what I've just done. I can't read these blooming things. I've said this before. There's so much wasted space in these. I'm back to where the jet turbine diffuses. Not the polar blizzard animated effect. Well, I've just noticed it's in the wrong place, but what I do want to do though is allow the I'm sure there was a way to let the people override this. The people, me. Why can't I see the option? Where is it? Because what I want is in this case, because it's not unlit. I probably don't ever want it to be lit, but here I want a transparent, additive rendered system. But what I don't want is to have lots of variants. I just want to. I think there may be an issue with the numbers though. So if I get rid of that and that, so I make one go that way, that's fine, and then make one go the other way, that's not fine. What have I done? Didn't hook that up there. Okay, I guess it's only a guess. I guess I'm using scroll 2. Oh, I'm using scroll 1. Because you see, it's done. It says there scroll 1 brackets 2. And my bad naming conventions, I've parsed that as scroll 2. What it means is this is a variable called scroll 1, and it is a 2-dimensional variable. There we go. That's kind of what I more wanted. Oh yeah, there we go. Transparent. Don't care. Additive. Double-sided. Maybe. Probably not. I can't remember how this actually looked before. I think it actually went more around like that. Sort of went. There's supposed to be like a vortex of stuff going on. Well, I'm afraid I can't leave you with Dora, but I am just going to pop and grab myself some more drinks. I shall be back in a moment. You should hydrate. You should all go and hydrate right now if you're not. just enjoy the spinny thing. Maybe Dora will come and join you. You never know. You. Founder. Founder. Back to sleep in a minute, I'm sure. Do you heard me like going over there? Right. So that's that effect. See, that's all I was doing was just that sort of polar vortex effect. What was this? No, in fact, what's this? Jet turbine diffuse. I have no idea what this was, so I will just make it the same as the other one. Particle unlit. Oh, it probably wants to be lit though. Now I've said that, so just just transparently lit. That's not very transparent, is it? I want to be reflective of, currently nothing, but in theory, that's now a shiny bit of glass. Asthma beam animate. Oh, this is the dual scroll one. Oh, so we can use that one again. So we have a red wibbly beam, and then we have other red wibbly beam. I don't quite remember what was going on there, but that will do. And this one again, I will use the dual. No, I don't. I do want to use the, because this shader graph I've got here, I don't know why, because it's reacting when I'm moving the camera. Do I just showing her bum to the camera? She's purring. You can see her purring. I might move the camera back a little bit. Thank you. It does not want me to love her. Yeah, so there's something wrong with the shader because whatever it's doing its screen space. Look at that. I don't know. Did I write this shader? I did. Nothing. Oh, noise split, combine. But none of this should care about where the camera is. You can see if I spin the camera, it does something. I don't know why. Sample texture. None of this stuff cares about the object position. They're just. They're supposed to object space, which I don't think is right, but I will anyway. Yeah. Like as I move, you can see it going up and down. This object isn't like a long way away from the middle, is it? Like a long way away. Kind of it. Well, kind of. Let's bring it a bit closer. One thing I am hoping to be able to do in this game is enable relative rendering, which should solve these sort of things. No, it's still, you can still see it. If I zoom in, it goes down. If I zoom out, it goes up. Yeah, you can see it animating. I don't have anything in there. None of this is camera based. We take the time, we multiply it by the scroll speed. This should all look very familiar by now. We use a permanent noise sample here to modify things. We extract the R and the G, pass that in, and that just, now we do have the position. Why? object is probably better. Say. I think I was trying to. Dora, stop destroying the curtain. Stop being bad. Good morning, Todd Mayer. Obviously you've just turned up. So I have been working on FortressCraft. I haven't like just abandoned it or anything like that. It's mostly been very, very, very boring. It's not been worth streaming. I have got rid of a lot of the pink from the scene. Not all of it, not by a long shot. There's a lot less pink. I was just beginning to write some of the shaders that I would need to do stuff. I think in this particular case, what I was trying to do was to get around badly. Let's stop that. I think I was just trying to make stuff animate through the world, which kind of works, but not. But why? Oh, oh, that's working. So was it that world? What? I might have to look up this. I thought absolute world just meant brilliant. The world option returns the default world space of the SRP. Cool. The absolute world options returns the absolute world position. Right, okay, but that's not. Ah, okay. HDRP uses camera relative. I did not know HDRP started with camera relative. That's actually a very good thing. This should be, in theory, we can get a long, long way away from the sensor without any rendering issues. We will have physics issues, but not rendering issues. I love Unity, though. I do. I'm just looking at the documentation for it, and it says how camera relative rendering works. If you view the source files, as I did, if I need to view the source files, you're not really explaining to me how it works. Explain what camera relative rendering is, not why don't you go and research it yourself. Anyway, cool. That's not the right effect for this at all. But that is now fixed the shader because I didn't. So absolute world does not mean absolute world. Absolute means 5 is 5 and -5 is also 5. Absolute means positive numbers. You negate negative numbers. What they mean is what would you call it? Anchored world, actual world coordinates, but not what they called it. That was absolutely idiotic. Welcome to Unity's naming conventions. And again, I can't remember, don't know, off the top of my head how long I've been programming, but the fact I had to go and look it up says all you need to know about what a terrible bloody idea this is. But Unity is full of terrible ideas. This is supposed to get dimmer towards the end, but that's not really what this shader will do. Like it's not a bad swirly smoke shader, but it's supposed to take the glow texture. Yeah, I can't need a third texture. I need a ramp texture for what I want to do. So if I select the shader, if I say swirly smoke or ramp, And I will assign that to this. So I'm probably going for about another hour. It's been about 4 hour stream, so I don't want to. As I mentioned, I haven't lost enthusiasm for FortressCraft. What I have lost enthusiasm for is modern bloody Unity. It's just, well, you guys have all seen it. I'm just fighting stuff again and again and again. I'm not managing to get on and progress. I'm just sort of going, well, why is Unity doing that? Well, why is Unity doing this? Well, how do I fix that? Well, even like, why is it doing that? That's the weird thing. It's just I don't know why. Oh, well, sometimes how to fix it. Right, so we do the same again, but we're going to add in a ramp. So we want a ramp hex. And just simply sample that ramp and multiply that out. What do we want? So we do technically have an emission, but I don't know if that's working. So I will multiply it there and then feed that result into both the emission, which has its own glow, and into the base color. In theory, uh-oh. Oh no, I've just edited the wrong one. That's easy enough. Come out of Unity. We say we'll just call it swirly smoke with space, and the one called swirly. Oh no, this one is going to be swirly smoke ramp, and this one is just swirly smoke. Unity won't know. I'll switch around underneath it. It almost, maybe I should have saved it first. I want that nice wibbly wibbly red plasma. But yeah, as I said, I have been working on this. It's just been challenging to find the enthusiasm to swear at stuff. AstroTux again took a big break because I'm just sort of looking at it going, oh, I don't know what to do anymore. I just don't know how to fix this. So that's why I continue to work. I continue to do things. So that's why I worked on Mothership forever, because I haven't written a 2D game in a long time, and I was like, wow, it's so easy to write a 2D game. Like it's just wonderfully easy. But you never know. After FortressCraft Phoenix is done, or the games I write on alongside FortressCraft Phoenix might be entirely 2D, because it's just like this. It's so much quicker. It's not doing what I expected. Doesn't help the ramp is the wrong way around. Also beginning to slightly wonder if this model needs replacing. Right, I've just noticed this. This is yeah. This is why I wrote that annoying world space thing. This is if I get rid of the scaling, it's not what I thought it was. The Bowman rocket nose cone for some reason. So I want a cone, but not that one. I think Andy, bless his little cotton socks. I believe that Andy did be some new models for which I've been using in the trucks. I don't know what the hell they're called. Every one of those. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit confused quite why it's looking the way it does still. Ah, right, yeah, because I will want one of the... so, Jeth's... Yeah, see, that's got mapping in the wrong direction. That is... let's not do double-sided, just make my life... Is that right? I want it bright at one end and dark at the other, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Do I actually just not have a cone? I'm amazed that Unity doesn't come with a cone. Cylinder's no good. Damn you, Andy. I'm sure we've got this. I'm trying to remember what the hell it's called. Right, that's kind of what I want, only without the ends and rounder. So not very much like that at all. Jet thrust. Oh no, that's it. That does seem to be correct that way, doesn't it? That's light at one end, dark at the other, or strong. All apart from the very end. I could fix that by clumping that. It's getting dark and dark and dark. There we go. Now two-sided should be fine again. So the reason I'm doing this stream, is to kind of show to everyone how slow going this is. I don't want you to think that I could do this quickly and I'm slacking. I just want to, in 4 hours, what have I achieved? A bunch of things aren't as pink as they were. I haven't implemented any massive grand new game feature. I haven't made any huge strides. I've just progressed a little bit along with getting this game to ship. Just not depressing. That's not the right term, but it's just want to make sure that I'm managing expectations. That's the phrase, isn't it? I also think that might want to come out there like that. That's all right. I just don't want that. What do I want? I want to... maybe? the mapping on this is still utterly horrible. So we can blame Andy for that. That's okay. That's what he's there for. Oh, and so we don't have a colour. Okay. Let's make that red. Ah, dang it. That colour needs to be multiplied by the ramp. So the ramp needs to be multiplied by the colour, and then otherwise that will be it becomes additive. Gonna work. New. Done wrong here. My default color bright red, just so I can see what the hell is going on. There we go. Hey, that's beginning to look a bit better. And then I can, if I were to make it super, super bright, for whatever reason, that's fine. Still, there we go. That's not bad, is it? These have a glow. That doesn't have a glow either. Good morning. Morning? It is still morning. Good morning, Travis Walker. How are you doing? The hard part about when you're doing this is I'm just upgrading a current shader here to accept a glow parameter. It's not to break all the existing ones. So I've set the default so it should be the same. Because this one, you see, I probably, and I can, obviously there's nothing that goes, goes mad as I want. Probably not quite that mad. Yeah, I'm sorry that obviously on the stream, probably you're missing a lot of the subtle nuance here. So that's now got a nice sort of pulsating, animated sort of effect going on. Not that one, but sometimes to make that one not quite that bright. I tend to make that one brighter just because it's a more interesting effect. Although now I think about it, I question why on earth that's supposed to be a blizzard, given it's supposed to be making heat, not cold. But we're not gonna start worrying about lore at this point. Right, let's make sure we've got save again. You should try and commit at least once an hour. So that means that if you derp, you'll only lose an hour's work. Whereas if you commit once a week, you can lose a week's work. I guess, but a heat exchanger has to put the heat somewhere. It's one of those. It's been like that for 10 years. no one's uh, no one's pointed out it's been wrong before, so it ain't changing now. Oh, mine's animating too fast. That's pretty good. So this is one of the shaders I wrote earlier. So all I've done is I've just taken one of those earlier shaders. Um, I am a little confused why I made the cryo mine green rather than blue or red. But hey, that's now how it looked in FortressCraft. I so hope, by the way, that I don't end up regretting this and end up having to like revert back to previous versions and go, you know what, we're not having it in HDRP. If I could do it in URP with volumetrics, I would. I don't want RTX or micro contact shadows or any of these things. I'm just not interested in the thing. I really want volumetrics. That is just so important to me, and that has been 90% of the reason going to HDRP. HDRP is the more future-proof one. BIRP is now all but abandoned, and URP is behind, stagnating. I don't know. Call it what you want. It ain't getting the same love that URP is. Where in the scene is the spawn area held? Do you mean the base? It's in an object. I usually search for 33, but it's in an object called base. Which I thought was a sensible name for the object, Andy. If obviously, if you disagree, let me know. But say it's called base. But I used to search for 33 because something called 33 base cube, just easy. So that's the base there. Why? What are you doing? But yeah, we do have SSRR on, which when it works is quite. It shouldn't be a big cube. I mean, if you get latest, it should all work. But if not, go to Edit, Rendering, Materials, upgrade all HDRP materials to latest version. I press that and a whole bunch of things fix themselves. Oh, bless Dora. And her ears listening. Wow. Why are you inputting a. Anyway, I clicked that and it fixed a whole bunch of things. I'm not sure why there's no lights in here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oh, maybe my exposure is wrong. There we go. Yes, I've turned on screen space ray trace reflections, and they're awful. Look at them. Look at their solution for this. It's terrible. Uh, uh that Andy, that's not that can't be you have to, because that means you're not on URP. Make sure HFA. Make sure above the assets folder, make sure your project settings one is up to date, because that should have that has commit that. But yeah, you've got something really wrong if that's the case. is I'm using screen space reflections as they are. Well, actually, I don't like them. They do annoy me. Screen space reflections because they're really done well, and these ones are not done well. Obviously, as you can tell. But where this is the now I'm struggling to find even where Unity's put. Where do I fiddle with the rendering? Post processing. So one big difference between Unity and Unreal. See how I've got a search function, so I can search something. Awesome. Unreal has that on everything. So if you look at all the stuff in here, look at all the stuff in here. Somewhere in here is screen space reflections. There it is. Yeah, but it's just horrid. It's so horrible. But yeah, there should be a search function, you see, so I can search things. No, I'm on. That's what I'm on. Well, I'm on 26. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be pink. What's pink? Everything can't be pink. Where are the rest of my screen space reflections parameters? Here. Maybe. But I hope you guys see what I mean. This is not a good screen space reflections implementation. If you do, we look at Battlefront 2. Like, that's not a good example. I'm trying to find a picture that shows. What the name of the level? Yeah, that's a bit better. But you see that? See there? That looks nice. As it begins to have less information, it blurs it away. This just goes. I don't know what the hell it's doing there. It's horrible. It's really poor, and I can't even find the settings to tweak it now. Turn them off. Fine. Well, that makes no difference. Neither does that. Neither does that. And I plan to use planar reflections in here, but that kind of misses the point. I shouldn't have to go and Google Unity screen space reflections settings and then hope I can work out where it is. I love this. Reducing iteration count, but then it's talking about reflection probes. That's astonishingly bad. Oh, I noticed that I'm looking at some random guy's blog. Fine. Yep. Oh, do I have to do this within the volume? Fog, exposure, gradient, shadows. Aha. Again, right. So 0.909 is nothing. 0.903 is everything. That's awful. What's that? What are you trying to do? Do I want it to support transparency? Okay, yeah. Let's have transparent objects as well. Um, but it's just screen test reflections is not can be a horrible thing. But I don't want to go black. I want to go blurry. Quality. Let's just go to like mega high, like mega high. But to say, man, it's still horrid. Like it reckons that 64 is high. If I go to 640, it gets a bit better. It's cool when it works. It's super awesome when it works. We've got this thing here, but it's just I just want to blur it all, and I don't seem to. I can fade it out. But I don't seem to be able to. Minimum smoothness controls the smoothness value, which activates SR, and the smoothest control fade out stops. What? I see these individual lines. If that just turned into a blur, Andy, I'm definitely happy to help you fix stuff. If you just, what's broken. If you show me an object that's broken, I will see if I can. Oh, you have an error occurred. Okay. Beauty. And make sure you've got latest on the packages folder, which should consist of 2 files. Uh, I don't know why you don't have that package. Yeah, you don't seem to have the high definition package. So yeah, make sure your packages folder matches up. I mean, honestly, unless you've got something, just revert the entire packages, project settings, and assets folder. Yeah, I just want the screen's reflections to be blurred. If you could just blur it, that would look so much better. And what's the point in having that low? What do you see? Nothing. So yeah, again, I trust that Unity will get better at this. Oh, hold on, there you go. That looks less terrible, doesn't it? But I mean, this is where it works. If you see this bright object here reflecting on this wall here, which is reflecting into the floor, which then reflects into the ceiling, like that's really nice. Uh, That's just so horrid. Like all of this stuff where it doesn't have much data. If you could just make this blurrier, that would be fine. But no. If you see tearing or pixelation, if you see tearing or pixelation in the shadows, oh my god, what are you talking about? What's he talking about? Tearing in the lights. Like I just want a blur to fix this. I don't.